Good morning. This is Chaya Garcia with Love in a Cup, and I want to start today with what is the best way for you to find your purpose. Because everyone's like, I want to just know what my purpose is. I want to know what my passion is. I want to know how I can figure out what to do with the rest of my life, and especially when someone comes in. So, here's a really powerful way to understand maybe what you want to do and how to find your purpose. So, someone once basically said that it's what you would do if you didn't get paid for it. So, I just want you to let that sink in a bit because what I do with the women that I work with and the men that I work with, relationship coaching and helping them understand how to love themselves and forgive themselves and not have limiting beliefs and to focus on themselves versus others. Like I could do that all day long. I could do that from today till tomorrow. I could do that, without a carrot in front of me. Yes, I get paid very well for what I do, but I'm also really good at what I do. But that's not the reason. I don't get paid because I'm good at it. I get good at it because I've studied it so much, because I love it so much, because it's my passion. So find what would wake you up every day in joy. Our souls have a purpose on this earth, and we have to really ask ourselves, like, what is that purpose? How can we live a life where we're super happy every single day? Because a lot of people say, well, like, no, not everyone is happy. That's just for some people. But, like, are you that person who's going to be the exception or are you going to be the rule? Like, are you going to design your life where you live a really happy, peaceful, joyful life? Or are you going to be the rule of people who just work to make money and then get super old, don't even have that much money, and didn't even have so much of a life? Like, it's really a decision. So, the way to find your purpose is by asking yourself, what brings me the greatest joy, which would increase my health, which would be able to impact the world in a really good way. We are definitely our happiest when we're giving back and doing service for other people. So, you really want to get to a place where you understand that no amount of money or accomplishments or degrees are ever going to make you feel fulfilled. Like it literally comes from what you were born to do and how you can serve the world. And take some time to write that out. So you want to take out a pen and a paper and say, what brings me the most joy? In the past 6 months, what did I most enjoy doing? In the past year, what did I most enjoy doing? Who do I most enjoy working with? Babies? Teenagers, adults, the elderly, like who do I see myself thriving around? Where do I light up? There is literally no part of my body that does not show up when I'm on a call with a client. Like every single part of my body shows up when I'm on a call with a client. I could be exhausted, not in the mood, not feeling very well, and I get a call on a call with a client and my whole body shows up and I wake up and it's like everything that I felt before is irrelevant because I care so much and I love it so much. So I want you guys to get into that habit of saying, what brought me joy? What made me happy? Who do I want to impact? How can I live my life out in the best way? And journal on that so you can find some common patterns of consistency and of joy and of impact because that's the way that you can help find your purpose. I found my purpose also through movement, meaning you start something before you're ready and you constantly iterate and niche down. Okay. So, what that means is that I was like, I'm going to open up my own private practice. And then I started working with anyone who wanted to work with me for any kind of price. That was basically around the price I had. And then I realized, well, one, I don't want to work with couples. That doesn't work. Okay. So, working with a man and a woman who are fighting in their relationship, I hated it. I fucking hated it. I hated the yelling that would sometimes happen in the session. I hated how sometimes, like, I would have to then, like, think about how to calm the energy without taking sides and, like, have them each hear each other with creating a I hated it, right? So, okay, after working with couples, I knew I was going to do my own private practice with relationship coaching. But then when a couple came in and that happened a few times, I was like, ooh, really don't like this, really don't feel so skilled at this. And it's definitely not bringing me joy. Even if I was skilled at it, did not bring me any joy. Okay, so I was like, screw that, no couples. Okay, then some men wanted, single men. Okay, they want to come in. They wanted to have some relationship coaching. Great, I'm really good at what I do. Let's go. And then this was before I was married. Everyone would ask me out. Like literally, my first like four male clients asked me out at some point or another during our relationship that was completely therapeutic. I did not hug them when they came in. It was very professional. Um, and still, they always ask me out. So I was like, all right, screw that. No couples and no single men. So then I niched down into single women and I found my niche. Now that I am married, just to like update everybody, I do work with single men because we have a mastermind, which is a community of people. So it's not like one on one with me in an office. Also, the majority of my work is on retreats and on like Zoom calls, like masterminds and courses. So because it's not like one on one, but they still need and get high value, I do work with single men these days. And also, my husband now is a part of our coaching company. So if there's ever like breakout rooms or one on ones or something more private and personal, my husband goes with the men and I stay with the women. But for just community things like the mastermind, where it's mostly them listening in on powerful information, then it's okay. But I didn't, I had a niche down in the beginning. So private practice, great. Then it was in person, great. Then couples, not so good. Single men, not so good. Single women, great. Then even going further and further and further, now I switch from not doing it in person. I do it mostly on Zoom. It gives me more access internationally. And I don't need to always have something perfectly ready. Like my office is my space. And then also I am able to now know how to take my passion and just grow it bigger and bigger. So I don't work with people who don't want to invest in themselves or can't. Like if you don't have any money to invest in your life, then you're probably not my right client because I give you a lot of great insights, information, worksheets, and it means doing powerful work that you're going to need to invest in yourself. So if you don't have any money to invest in yourself, that means that you're not allocating your money to invest in yourself because we all have a limited amount of money, right? Or an infinite amount of money. But at some given point, we allocate, we decide where our money is going to groceries, to movies, to shopping, to food, to rent, whatever. So there are people who know how to allocate, how to decide that a percentage of their money is going to them and their healing and their growth. And I work with those people. So I also increase my prices because I am that good. And the results are basically ones that impact the rest of your life. So when I say I'm good, it means that I have a lot of experience. I studied it. I care about it. I have 2 degrees. I've had my private practice for over 10 years. So if I'm going to work with someone who I really want them to pay attention, they also need to pay so they feel like they're investing in themselves because it really is an investment. It's a lot of time, energy, and effort that you want the right kind of people in your community that are really going to give that transformation to themselves. It's good for me and my reputation that my clients are having massive transformation, and it's good for them to have that transformation because their whole lives get changed and every relationship and every dynamic gets changed. So, when you want to understand what your purpose is, just start. You're never necessarily going to be ready. And the unhealthy voice in the world says, just wait, get more credibility, get more degrees, get another course, like wait till you have 15 testimonials. Like No, 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 just start. Like, if you really feel like you can give people transformation and help them in a successful way, start. Come up with a price that you feel is fair and worth what you can give them and start. And then iterate along the way. Like if you're not happy working at a farm with horses, but you really enjoyed working with the sheep, you're like, okay, I always knew I wanted to be on the farm, but the horses were too much work. So now I'm going to work with the sheep, whatever. You won't know how to iterate, how to make successful changes in your life if you don't just make the first movement forward. So, think about your environment, the people that you want to be in, how you see your life playing out, and what brings you the most amount of joy that you would do that work for free. Find your why, make it great, start, journal, write it down, and I hope you have a great day. This is Kaya, the epic love expert on relationships and love and life. So if you have any more questions, I love getting your messages. Send me a DM, comment below, subscribe, and let's just keep this world healing because honestly, there's too much pain. And if you can subscribe, learn, listen, help, share, and bring down more light, that's what the world needs now. So, if you like this type of content, do all of that, and I'd love to have you in our community. Have an amazing day. Peace.